Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Brought to you by me and little one. He in his stroller eating his snack, watching the scenery. We just got done playing, and I said before I go home and get busy, I wanted to stop and talk to you all because I got another message, and it warmed my heart. It was a good message, but Spirit was like, "Yeah, what are you waiting for? Speak on this." So. I'm talking about a call-in that I did with Brother Rich, Black Magic 363. He had a spiritual therapy show a couple days ago. I don't remember what day it was. But when he announced that he was going to have this show with Blue Pill and Aquarius Maximus, my spirit was like, yeah, call in. And I was like, therapy for what? Me? I don't need therapy, right? I was like, I don't need no therapy. I'm the therapist, right? But I was like, no, that's a stereotype. So let me see what it is. And I was trying to think, what should I ask? Because he gave about 2 days heads up, I think. And they were like, talk about your relationship. So Polly, my husband, and for those of you who don't know, my husband and I are in a polyamorous relationship, and I haven't really said anything. I've spoken on this before years ago. I did recently do a podcast episode where I spoke about this. So I'm not hiding it. I just don't put it on blast. It's not the forefront. But I asked about this on the show, and basically what I said is we're now in a poly relationship, polyamorous, not polygamy, because it's only my husband and I that are married, and we have a third individual, and female. So with her being in our fold, and we're now in I said long term, but it's close knit, right? She lives with us. That's different dynamic for me. I've never lived with any of our other partners before. So processing it and seeing the reflection of certain things, it wasn't a threatening, right? Because we all fit together, right? Let's not get it twisted. I'm not a lame. Okay, I am ascending infinite goddess. I know who I am. I know my power. My husband knows his and she knows hers. And anyone that comes into our relationship has to be on the same level, right? For us to attract her, to bring her in. So anyway, she's come in, but she's very affectionate, very feminine. She's a Virgo, right? The sun. So, opposite of the Pisces, and reflecting some things to me. And basically that's exactly what Aquarius mentioned, because I said she is bringing up certain things from my childhood, because my mother was very emotionless, and I tend to be very emotionless at times. And I've worked on that throughout the years, but it just stirred some stuff up, and it didn't make me feel weak or vulnerable or insecure or sad, as some people were saying. No, right? Me and my husband are strong. My husband and I's foundation, as I said, we've known each other, loved each other since the year 2001. Okay, we have a child that was born in 2004. We've been married for 10 years, and I've done past life regressions. I've done Akashic records reviews, and I've seen how many life cycles me and this spirit that inhabits my husband's body has been, and it's been tens of thousands of times. So I am connected with him on a whole nother fucking level. I'm not worried about nobody else. Okay, I'm not fucking insecure. I asked for this relationship, not my husband. Okay, so let's not get anything twisted there. But as far as these multi-personal relationships, right? Multi-personal relationships, polyamory, some people are like, oh, how is that spiritual? How is that righteous? There's a lot of different energies being swapped, a lot of different bodily fluids being swapped. And I just want to make sure it's clear that when you're in a true poly relationship, whether it's polygamy or polyamory, it requires the consent of all partners. Everyone needs to be aware that everyone is in a relationship, that there's more than two people, that you're not in a monogamous relationship, that is not just a one-on-one dynamic. Okay? So that, in order for that to happen, it takes maturity, it takes honesty, it takes humility, it takes gratitude, it takes recognition, it takes growth, it takes communication, it takes emotional balance. It's not, let's just come in here and start bumping each other's body parts. That's not what poly is about. It's about emotional, spiritual, physical recognition, loving, nurturing. All aspects need to be considered. So everyone needs to be aware of what is happening in order for it to be a true poly relationship. And that doesn't mean that everyone is sexual active with each other, right? And if everyone is sexual active with each other, right? Let's just say that it's two men and one woman, or it's two women and one man, right? Or it's three women or three men, right? It doesn't matter, or four. That's also possible, right? In this day and age of technology, everybody, we all grown as fuck, we all consenting, we want to know what's happening, who has what diseases, go get your behind checked. You don't have to sit here in wonderment, okay? So let's just dispel all that. This isn't a fly-by-night. My husband and I had our first experience together in a, this may be TMI, so sorry family if y'all watching, right? But this was back in 2003 where we had our first encounter. And I gave it to him. Okay? So let's not think that ascending infinite goddess, or it's always the woman that's being pressured into this. No. Or that anyone's being pressured into anything. When you're in a loving relationship and someone expresses, listen, I love everything that you have, but I also love something that they have. And I would like to be a part of that. Are you okay with that? It doesn't mean that I have any less love to give you. We all can love each other. I have more than enough love to give. And my husband, I know, has more than enough love to give. I need a lot of love, so I accept it from everywhere. No, I'm just playing, right? I'm just playing, right? But I know that we have more than enough love to give and share, to receive, to balance each other out. But it takes that type of mental fortitude to say, hey, this is what I would like. And not everyone can have that. And that's why a lot of people start projecting. They start getting scared because they're like, oh no, this is against the law. This is a bad thing. What do you mean? What do you mean you want to be in a relationship with multiple people at once? That's cheating. That's not healthy. Somebody's failing. That's not the case. It's very opposite. If you all read a book, if you pick up the Epic of Gilgamesh, okay, before your beloved Bible, and you read through that and you see the different stories and tales that are in there of individuals from that time that were in poly relationship, multiple persons relationship, you would know that the energy behind it is so beneficial for everyone involved. Okay? And those of you who are religious who may say that this is a sin, your precious Bible speaks of the men having multiple wives. So it's okay for the men to have multiple wives. It's okay for that. Even though a lot of the times in those stories, the wives didn't always get along. They weren't always nurtured. See, it's important for everyone to get what they need from everyone in whatever relationship dynamic there is. So monogamy, as it's presented now in our modern day, that really is the one that's contrary to nature. Because there's a lot of people that are trying to get something from one individual and it's impossible standards to reach for that one person, right? I'm not saying, okay, wait, let me rephrase that. Let me clean that up. Because for a long time, it was just my husband and I, right? But what I'm saying is, for modern day monogamy, there's pressure for individuals who are not getting everything they need from the one partner, and they may feel that they're missing it elsewhere, but because of fear of ridicule, and they feel like they can't leave, or they can't get a divorce, or they can't speak up and open up about their feelings, it's causing problems. It's causing problems. And I know y'all see me sweating. It's hot as fuck. I am in the shade, but it's still hot. It's already 91 degrees. Okay? So with individuals who are in a monogamous relationship and not being fulfilled and feel like they can't speak on this, that is what's contrary to nature. That's what I'm trying to say. Because there's a lot of people that I know in my circle that have said to me, oh, I wish I could be you and hubby, but I can't find the right person, or the partner that I'm with that I love, they don't accept that part of me. So it's being projected as if to say the monogamy is what's natural in everyone's heart, but for the most part it isn't, because there's many countries where you don't have that, where you have no restriction, right? Where it's not against the law, it's not illegal. You don't have to be ashamed. And that is what holds people in binds. Shame, fear, desperation. That is what causes a lot of issues in the world. So are poly relationships spiritual? The short answer is yes. Because it's something that is available. You are a spirit. It is an energy that is available, that is aware. It's part of the consciousness. So that within itself makes it a spiritual thing. Does everyone agree with it? No. And it's not meant for everyone to agree with it. For a long time, only the wealthy could indulge in poly relationships because they had to make sure that if you are taking up this responsibility, you're having multiple children, you're having multiple partners, that you can take care of them. So it ain't for everybody. It's definitely not for those poor of spirit, poor of heart, poor of mind. It's definitely not for those individuals. It's definitely not for them. You have to be wealthy and abundant and grounded to be able to secure your space, your dynamic in a poly relationship. Because it's not about selfishness. And that takes strength. But not enough people know that because there's a distorted view of what is strong and what is not. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But I just want to set the record, clear and straight and give a different understanding and perspective of how certain things operate. Because there's a lot of people with a lot of confusion and displaced contentment and longing and yearning, and it makes y'all behave. It makes y'all behave crazy. I'll just say it like that. I'll be nice about it. How you doing? I like that purple. So, with that being said, wealthy family, that's all that I have for you. It's the Old People Church group. had to stop talking. I had to make sure I said something nice. I don't want to be disrespectful because I do respect my elders. Because I'm a decent human being that's full of love and respect for everyone, everywhere. Just because I don't agree with your lifestyle or I may not practice your lifestyle doesn't mean that I'm now going to condemn you. There's a lot of things out here that's going on in this world that's a lot worse than polyamory. And a lot of y'all are projecting insecurities because you're afraid to speak up on it. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.